Hey there YouTube, it's JP Dunphy, your BMW genius here at BMW 4 Washington. Today's video, I'm going to get a little personal. So, we have a thing that happens every time the cold season comes around, and I kind of want to nip this in the bud, not only for current owners, but for potential future owners. How to make the most out of your battery, especially when you leave your car sitting for a long period of time in colder weather. So obviously it's starting to get cold again, it's that time of year. I want you to know, plug your battery in. To put it on trickle charge or whatever you might have at home, put it on it. It's going to help. Last thing you ever want is after you come back from a long trip down to Florida, more than 2 weeks, something like that, to come back in the freezing cold temperatures and your car gives you that dreaded red battery sign. God, that is the worst thing in the world. So let's avoid that by doing this, right? Just simply plug in. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it, all right? Check this out and follow me. All right, now this particular one that we have is a 3 Series. And if you look just right here on the left, you got your spot for the negative. It's always gonna be a little tiny guy that looks like this. Got a decent amount of grip, so you can always grab it with whatever kind of tweezers you might have. Now, that does change depending on which one you go into. So this one is blatantly obvious out in the open. Other ones that have more plastic cladding on here, like the X5, things of that nature, will have a negative symbol on it that's right by it, usually within about 3 inches of where that is. And then of course you have your positive right here, the red. Always plug the red to red, black to black. Do not switch it around, that will destroy the battery, man. So with that, plug in on the colder days. It is going to help. Now, something you may not know is that BMW actually tends to put its battery in the trunk. So these are just extra ways to get extra power to the battery to kind of keep it alive and going by adding extra power into the equation so nothing is lost in cold weather. With that, if you didn't know, there's a battery in the trunk. Now, there are a couple cars BMW makes that does not put it, and instead puts the battery usually around this area right here, and that's all the cars that are on the UK L2 platform. So those who don't know, the UK L2 platform is anything that is on a front-wheel drive based BMW at this moment. So things like the X1, X2, and the 2 Series Grand Coupe. Now, moving to the trunk, you'll see here, it doesn't look like there's anything here. There's no grab handle down here to kind of get under here. You'd think, oh well, there's nothing underneath here. All right, let's... Where fingers we need them? There we go. But see, your main battery is in the trunk. It has a bunch of little tiny monitors all over it to make sure that that battery is always in good health. So with that, one thing I can say, never put the battery connectors directly to the battery unless you absolutely have to. If the battery's completely dead, that's the best way to get that going. But otherwise, don't do that. Use that other system. Just because BMW has a very high power battery system in it, last thing you want to do is put the wrong kind of battery to it and have issues, with it. Something you may not know about BMW is they tend, for the most part, especially all the newer ones with things like remote engine start, use something called an AGM battery. That's an absorbent glass matte battery. They're really good with BMW. Something to definitely keep in mind if you use if you have an ASM battery, get an AGM battery. Get an AGM battery the next time around. Don't go with cheaper ones just because it may not work as well with your system. Always stick with the same kind of battery that you have in the car from factory when you do any kind of battery replacements. With that, another thing I do want to cover, a lot of cars today come with a 48 volt mild hybrid. Now, something you may see, let me turn this car on real quick. When you go into your Eco Pro mode, you'll notice you have a little blue battery. That blue battery is not a bad thing. That is actually a secondary battery that is used for the 48 volt mild hybrid system. So under normal driving circumstances, you'll see this guy basically dip down into there anytime you do a major coasting or braking, which means that's turning kinetic energy into extra energy, putting it back into your 48 volt mild hybrid system. That is something to always keep in mind, and it always is something that is running. If you ever see a blue battery, it is not anything to worry about. It's only when you see the red battery here in the middle that you go, oh cripe, I forgot to plug it in. And with that, thanks so much for being with us. I appreciate all you guys out there. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're just simply growing this channel. I do want to try and hit 4,000 subscribers by the end of this year, which would be fantastic. Let's do it. I believe in you. I believe you can help me do that, because I still know about 97% of the people that watch these videos do not subscribe. I don't put out many videos. I'm not going to junk up your stuff. It's all just basic BMW things. And obviously at this point, I've covered almost everything there is to cover at this point, except for the difference between a 48 volt mild hybrid and, you know, a plug-in hybrid. So with that, that's probably going to be my next video, and I'll do that later today. Thanks so much for being with us. Hey guys, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.